Hello there. This is Up Violets are Bluey, and today I'm going to go over a replay um, from my teammate and also a member of my clan, BooDaddy, who will be driving the Concept 1B on Hellas. And right away here, he's going to start moving up on the heavy side. Um, and basically, this game it kind of comes down to the wire. As at one point later in the game, it looks like his team is going to lose, but luckily he's able to help his team win the battle. So he's going to start by pushing down in this dip and then going over on the right side to try and see if he can get some shots into any maybe heavies that are coming on this side. So he's going to poke up here, and he actually only spots the 183, so it seems as though the heavies on the other team have gone on the medium to light side, which is perfectly okay. He's going to move up here closer to their spawn, and at this point his goal is just to try and get that 183 out of the battle. And as you can see, he's encouraging his teammates to move up and help him, as again there's nobody spotted in the spawn, so there's not much of a threat and they can move in easily. So he's going to roll up here and get two shots in that 183. He's going to kind of sit back and reload his clip a little bit. The Atlas gets a nice shot into that 183, bringing it down to a one shot. And then we're going to wait for I7 to kind of come, but the I7 gets tracked. So the Atlas is able to finish off the 183. And now BooDaddy is able to start moving on to this Conqueror. It looks like the mediums on his team are getting rushed and killed relatively fast here, but that is completely okay. The heavies all have good enough hit points to still deal with the rest of the enemy team. So once BooDaddy reloads his clip here, he's going to get a kill shot on the Super Conqueror. Now that draws both teams even with 5 players left on each team. And he's just going to do the smart thing and reload his whole clip. The Atlas and IS-7 are moving up. The IS-7 low-key should have just stayed put, as he was only on about 400 hit points. He low-key just killed himself for no reason, but that is okay. BooDaddy is going to start moving up here by the Atlas, and they're going to start putting some damage into the heavies that are over here. As you guys can see on the mini-map, it looks like the tank destroyer is smartly staying kind of in the back area of the enemy spawn to help snipe out and not bleed health a lot. And then the other E5 is in the mid area, just trying to get some shots to create a crossfire. So at the moment, BooDaddy can't get any shots in. The Atlas gets a really good shot into that object. Unfortunately, BooDaddy bounces the first shot, but he is able to pen that second shot and clear the tank. And now this KPZ is moving in on them, and the Atlas gets a nice shot in there. BooDaddy is going to reload his clip here and get a shot into the KPZ. Then he sees the T57 over there, thinks about it, but then determines he can't get a shot, so then he puts his last shot into that KPZ. And as you guys can see, his team is down to 3 players and the enemy team has 4, which is okay. This is still a close game. He puts another nice shot into the KPZ, which is actually a max roll, and then he puts another shot into T57. So both those tanks are down to, or I guess the KPZ is down to a 1 shot, potentially to the AC, and then the T57 still requires 2 shots. So BooDaddy puts in 1 shot to that KPZ, AC gets the clear shot, and they're still down by 1 tank to the enemy team. However, they're going to push this T57 together. BooDaddy's going to get a nice pen into him, and then the Atlas is going to finish the T57 off. So now, since that T57 is going to get cleared, BooDaddy is able to turn around and deal with the tanks that are behind. His clip's almost reloaded. Gets a nice max roll into that 4202. And the Atlas is on a 1 shot, so he needs to be careful here. Luckily, he gets a shot into the 4202, and then the 4202 misses the Atlas. And as you guys can see, it looks like the Bat Chat is off doing his own thing as teammate is quite angry. Um, so this Atlas takes a shot from the 4202, and the BooDaddy's going to come down and get a clear shot. And then again, he starts reloading his clip. And they turned a pretty close game into a very winnable game. They're both down on some hit points, both BooDaddy and the Atlas. However, the Bat Chat is still on full health, but the way that Bat Chat has been playing, it doesn't pose too much of a threat. The Atlas is going to get a nice shot in here. The Bat Chat is going to rush him. And BooDaddy gets a nice shot in there. And then another good shot. The Bat Chat misses, and the Atlas is able to finish off that Bat Chat. And as we can see, BooDaddy ends up with 6,000 damage and an ace, and he was able to get 3 kills. And he was the top of his team, obviously, with that much damage. Surprisingly, the Bat Chat on the other team did the most damage, so I guess he wasn't, sitting around the whole battle, but he was getting damage out. So good job to BooDaddy. This is a very fun replay to watch. Um, if you guys like this type of comment, please smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.